Hi guys, I'm here with Miguel Baltasar. He's going to introduce himself.
Hi, I am VP of Developers at OutSystems, so I am responsible for all the community and all the developers that use our product.
So, an amazing interview again. So, Miguel, I have a couple of questions for you. One, Agent Workbench is a really cool new feature that OutSystems brought to the community. Um, what would what would be the first problem, the first use case you see yourself using a custom AI agent for?
Well, what I see, actually, we're already using it at OutSystems in terms. I think the first use case that everybody's using it for is mostly for tickets, for support tickets. You've heard yesterday Crastio and also Robin explain that they're using Agent Workbench to create chatbots that can quickly talk to people that have issues or questions, resolve them if they're able to. If not, quickly gather the information and then submit it to the right place with the right information so that the ticketing systems can work more effective. So this is, I would say, a deflection use case where you use AI to do that first interaction instead of having a form. People can present their issue in a non-structured way. The agent can try to respond immediately, thus creating deflection, or then submitting that form to the ticketing system with all the right information. So this is one of the first ones that I'm seeing a lot of people using. It's really easy to implement using Agent Workbench, and it really brings a lot of value, like usually 30 to 50% of reduction of tickets that would have gone in the system anyway, and a much more accurate and context-driven way for the agents to work afterwards. So it's really cool to see this use case kind of percolating through our multiple customers.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think that's a good story because we're seeing, at the example you gave, companies saving a lot of time. A ticketing system is always something that requires human review to check if the ticket is valid, if this is a real problem, and now we can have AI do sort of a triage and then just spend time on where it's needed, and
Yes.
that's amazing.
And the other part is from the user experience point of view, right? You're stuck. You cannot do something. It sucks. So you really, if you're able to get AI to immediately give you a response that gets you unstuck, instead of having to wait for an agent to be available to review your ticket and all of that, it really improves the user experience too. So it's kind of a win-win on both sides.
Yeah, definitely. So we've seen a lot of innovation on OutSystems part this conference. I think that's very commendable. I think you guys develop a lot of cool new stuff for us to use and grow the community even further. If you could run out of here and just go play, I know you've played with all of them probably, but if you could go play with just one feature, one of the new ones, what would it be and why?
Well, I would still, I really like Mentor, and I have not yet had the chance to play with the new blueprint capabilities and all of that, so that would be probably what I would choose. But in terms of actually creating a use case for AI, for me the most interesting one was the Travel Essence demo, where we had multiple agents kind of talking to each other and arguing on behalf of the customer to try to figure out what is the best solution. That one, I really cannot grok it in my head. I need to try to understand how it works, but I can definitely see a future where we will have specialist agents in multiple things talking amongst themselves to try to figure out the best solution and then presenting that solution to a human. That is a use case that I really want to understand how it works, because it feels a little bit like magic to me, but I really want to try it.
Yeah, it seems really out there, but it's here now. It's possible.
And they're using it today with an application that was built in O11, that then they created the agents in ODC and in Agent Workbench. They linked it all together, and all of a sudden, you have the unified platform working for you using an app that they were using already before for a couple of years, and now that is increasingly powerful by using agents in ODC.
Amazing, amazing. The unified platform is going to give so much to a lot of your clients. I think people are going to love it. We already have seen the excitement
Yes.
Because allows clients who were already pretty heavily invested in O11 to continue growth and evolving their apps with ODC technology, and I think that's just amazing. More philosophical path now.
Okay.
5 years on the roads, where do you see all of this innovation, all of this new tech, all of this, well, paradigm shift? How do you see it affecting companies, their structure, their team sizes, or even their value proposition as a business?
Well, 5 years is a really long time in tech, right? So I think in the next couple of years, we're going to have a boom of people trying different things. And then we're going to have kind of usually the downturn of, oh, it sucked on this or it sucked on that. And we're probably going to stabilize in a set of use cases, a set of uses that AI is going to be able to do. Of course, AI is going to continue to evolve. And so, as the analyst said this morning, there's going to have to be a spectrum of developers, from the people that use AI and have no idea how to code, just to build the quick application that they need right now, to the more enterprise-focused application development that needs to be governed, etc. So, in a way, I think the developer role is going to expand to be much closer to the business, because we're going to be able to prototype quickly, fine-tune requirements quickly, do even more quick iteration on what you're building. But then you're really going to have to make sure that what is created is enterprise grade, can go to production, will not break at the first change that you do. And so you will need really hardcore developers to ensure that the whole software development lifecycle is there. So 5 years, too long. But I would say in 3 years, we will have at least stabilized this hype that everything can be solved with AI, and go back to a place where we see clearly, or more clearly at least, what can be done, what needs to be guardrailed with a little bit more caution, and make sure that it works properly.
I think that's a real mature point of view, because no, it really is, because there truly is a hype within the community that AI will replace everything, and I think there are a lot of people who don't agree with that vision, but we will have more AIs and more agents doing more stuff, but like you just said, we're still going to need some technical oversight. We're still going to have security concerns that need to be addressed, and I think that will always require our touch and to be protected.
Yeah.
Final question, if you could highlight one non-technical moment of this conference, a conversation, a realization, maybe something you were like, oh, this is that, like you were talking about the moment you were trying to understand the magic of the agent talking to an agent.
Yes.
Do you have any moment that you'd like to highlight?
Well, I did the technical keynote, the community keynote, and it was, I think the big moment was when we talked about all OutSystems developers being AI developers until the end of the year. And so for me, seeing like maybe 2% of the room answering the question, are you an AI developer, when I asked, and then in the end, after we explained all the tools that are available, all the enablement that are available, people realizing that they can be AI developers until the end of the year. It's not that hard, right? We look at the history of OutSystems, and we brought, mobile development, right? When we launched mobile, none of our developers were mobile developers. Today, most of our developers can deploy PWAs and mobile applications, and it's just normal to them. So what I see is that the realization of that last moment when everybody raised their hand that they're going to be AI developers, right? That was a really important moment for me, because now we realize that with a tool and a platform like OutSystems, what we're putting out, and the willingness to learn and to experiment and to try, everybody will be able to be AI developers very soon. And that is a really important skill, because then you will be leading the way in creating the applications of the future.
I think that's an amazing ending to this interview. Thank you, Miguel, for your vision. Thanks you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.